just living the dream under this southern sky. It's where stories are born and legends never die.
All right, this is Johnny Ponder, Trails of Tales podcast, and today I got another special guest. I got Jacob Turner, which is a extension agent, horticulturalist for the Alabama Cooperative Extension Service. Jacob, good having you.
Appreciate you having me.
I've known you a pretty good while.
Yep.
Now you're not gonna tell them about the time that we went turkey hunting and I was showing you all that corn in the ground.
I wasn't there.
No, I know you wouldn't. Okay, well, the reason for this one is it's getting the time of the year people need to start talking about or thinking about planting something for the fall garden, and that's what I wanted to ask you about.
Yep. Perfect time of the year. So I actually start my tomatoes July 4th. That's when I start my second crop.
I plant my peas on July 4th.
Yep. I've always told people that a fall tomato is better than a summertime tomato. It's not as hot when that tomato's really setting on the vine, so we don't have near as much disease.
You don't have as many bugs.
Don't have as many bugs. So, you know, a lot of things to our benefit for the fall time, but we don't have to stop at tomatoes and peas.
That's right.
You know, lettuce is one of those fall crops we can get in the ground. Carrots, radishes, all that type of stuff.
Onions?
Onions are great. We'll typically do onions a little later, but so yeah. But,
I'm planning on planting my onions like in November.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That'd be fine.
And then too, in this area, we need a short day onion and or an intermediate day onion.
Yep.
If you ever plant your onions and you just get, I mean, I don't get any bigger around than your finger, but they got a pretty good green on them, then you're planting the wrong onion there.
Yep. A little bigger onion would be better. So, you know, it's one of those things with those root crops like carrots and onions.
Yeah.
Just because you see all that green don't mean always positive stuff.
That's
Once
right.
you pull it out of the ground, it don't grow again.
No.
You can't shove that carrot or onion back in the ground. It's harvested.
I've got some radishes I've got planted now. My neighbor planted some the same time I did this spring, and his got huge.
Yeah.
Mine didn't. They were those white radishes, you know, they're carrot shaped, and his were that big around and that long. And mine are just a bunch of little things. I think I had mine a little too close together.
Yeah. You know, I'm bad about radishes. Well, I say that. I kind of cheat because I've got drip irrigation set up at my office, and so everywhere a emitter is where a seed goes. So it's getting all the water it needs.
You are cheating.
But I will say, I've gone in there and I've just taken a handful of seeds and scattered them just to kind of give me a cover crop. I had no intentions of harvesting those radishes. And it worked just as good too.
Yeah.
So, but now they did the same thing. They stayed real small, and it's just because that spacing. So, yeah.
Well, I'm planning on. I've got some seed for some Texas super sweet onions that are short day onions, and I'm going to order some too. I'm going to order some plants to plant. Like actually for short day onions in the South in Alabama, I think January is your ideal planting month.
Yeah. So if we can get them in the ground January, February, that'll be better.
Yeah. And then they're about 60 days.
Yeah, something like that. So actually just up the road this year we dealt with some. He had 2 raised beds and they were split in half. Half of it was onions, half of it was garlic.
I'm planning on planting garlic too.
That was interesting because he ended up getting a disease and it just kind of jumped from one thing to the other. It never touched his onions though. And it's like, well, okay. So that was an interesting case this year.
There's a type of garlic that you're supposed to buy that is disease resistant. I don't know if it's some kind of blight or something in this area.
A lot of it is a soil-borne disease or virus. You know, everything that's resistant is going to have eventually not be resistant. Kind of like our pecan trees that were scab resistant. They're no longer scab resistant. So be ready to change. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
So we got onions, garlic. You said carrots
and
lettuce. What about cabbage and collards?
Right now is the time to get them in the ground.
Right now.
That August 1st to August 15th is a good time to get them started.
Right.
So that way they get that heat they need to start up, and then the cool weather to kind of set
Well, you
the
don't have to
budget.
stop and talk to the co-op.
I
I'm
know.
gonna get us some plants and.
I know. That's on Bonnie. That ain't
Yeah.
on the co-op.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, I imagine they'll be coming in pretty
Yeah,
quick.
I
If
think-
it is the time to plan
I figured they'll be a little later, which is fine with me, because I mean, who knows what our weather's gonna do? You know, what was it? Last week we were in the 70s, which that was weird. I was up here talking to Curtis Watson. He said, "I'm kind of scared." He said, "We're gonna get hit with 200 degrees after this." I said, "You're
Yeah,
probably
we may
right. You're probably right on that one."
on. It
so.
sure was hot.
Oh me, so
But I've got peas that are doing great.
Mhm.
They're blooming. They're just now starting to bloom.
yep,
And I've been keeping them cultivated.
yep.
So I'm keeping them fairly clean. There's still some
Yeah.
sneaky
Oh yeah.
morning glories
No,
that get
it's
in
gonna
there.
get in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna get in there. You know, one of the best things that you can do, either fall garden or summer garden, is some sort of mulch.
Yes.
So whether it be wheat straw, I like pine straw. It just looks a little better.
Pine bark, maybe?
Pine bark's fine. Anything.
Yeah,
Anything will help keep those weeds out, and it keeps the moisture in the ground.
that's right.
So you know, if
I'm
we're not
plan-
getting some rain and you don't have some way to water, that moisture in the ground is going to be crucial.
I'm planning on taking my dump trailer and going
Mhm.
up to Ohatchee and get a load of that
Yeah.
bark.
Yep.
And you know, that thing a haul born to pick up.
Yeah.
And you can get a whole load for $4.
Mhm.
It ain't much.
Yep.
No. But boy, it does a great job
Yep.
keeping the moisture in there.
Yep.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
Yep. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, you know, I always like, sometimes I'll turn it under.
Mhm.
And we're just putting that organic matter back in the soil and helping the soil out. So, and here where we're at, all that red clay needs some help.
Yeah.
So
Well,
any
I'm-
organic matter it gets is good.
I'm in a bottom.
Okay.
My dirt's pretty dark.
Good.
It's pretty good,
Good.
nice. And really, I've had pretty good gardens
Mhm.
now for 10 years, and I've used very little commercial fertilizer.
Yep.
But I'm beginning to notice that I'm gonna have to do something,
Yeah.
and probably lime might take care of it.
I was gonna say, need to do a soil test on that.
Yeah.
See where your line's at. Figure out that pH and do a soil test about every 3 years.
Yeah,
So they're only $10 through us.
right.
So sometimes it's a foreign document to us when we get it and can't understand what they want us to understand. So they're supposed to be changing that a little bit, make it a little easier. But because our soil tests were originally created for the farmer, and so it's in the it's broken down by put down so many pounds to the acre.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody's to an acre. So, but we've got some calculators online that we can go in and put what they recommend, and then we can change it by 100 square feet or enter our custom square feet, which is what I like to do. If I know that custom square feet, I can get it down to the pound.
Well, I've been seeing some videos about
Mhm.
people talking about per 1,000 square feet.
Mhm.
Hey, man, you'd have to have a calculator
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Start figuring out your fertilizer.
Yeah.
I want to use as little of the commercial fertilizer as I can, and I've kind of adopted my uncle's way of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
What he would do, now this would not be for his corn patch, and this would be for his garden, where
Right.
he's growing stuff to eat there. He would just put the fertilizer in where like these old farm old tractors,
Right.
dump it right there
Right.
beside the plant.
Yep.
And then I got me some Hillers
Mhm.
on my tractor.
Yep.
And I've got old farm old tractors,
Right.
you know. I got a 100 and a Super 8,
Mm-hmm.
and great garden tractors.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I'm planning on doing, just dripping that down.
Yep.
And lime too.
Yep. Yeah, because really, I mean, you don't need that fertilizer going everywhere.
No.
It needs to go. It's just like the water. You want the water to the roots.
That's right.
We don't need the leaf doesn't need the water, just the
No.
roots.
Mine stays, that area stays pretty wet all
That's
the
good.
time.
That's real good.
I was plowing in it yesterday, and it was sticking to my
Mhm.
milling disc just a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yep.
But it's got so much sand in it too,
Yeah.
it doesn't clot up.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so it does pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about, and of course, turnip greens.
Yep.
That's a great time to
Yep.
plant them.
Yep. Any of those greens is
Yeah.
that need to be going in the ground now.
I got a friend up in North Carolina that raises a lot of beets, and
Okay.
he pickles them, and
Okay.
he can pickle some of the best pickled beets I
Huh.
ever eat. And I like beets, I especially like them pickled.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's one of those I hadn't tried. I don't know if I could do that.
You don't like dates?
I don't know that I could do that. So,
Oh yeah, man. If you ever tasted his, you'd
Yeah.
love them.
yeah.
You'd love them. They're really good. And then let's see, what else have we got? Of course, most people around here plant for just a cover.
Yeah.
They'll plant like wheat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that. Because I don't like food with ryegrass.
Yeah. You know, my thing is, we'll tell people plant rye,
Mm-hmm.
and when we hear that, we think ryegrass. Well, we don't want to plant ryegrass in the garden because it's just it's
You
a
can't
mess.
get it out
It's a
of it.
mess.
Yeah.
So if we're going rye, we need to go cereal rye, so that it does terminate itself out, and won't be a problem down the road. But you know, if I'm not going to plant anything, whether it be I'm not going to plant a fall garden or I'm not going to plant a cover crop, I just want to cover that bed up with mulch, and that way I'm not having wind erosion, so any sort of erosion for that matter. But it helps just hold that bed in place during the winter
I
time.
just ordered me some of the raised beds, those
Mhm.
little 1 foot high ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try a little of that, and it could probably get to the point that I'll raise all the onions I need
Right.
in one,
Yeah.
and raise all the garlic I'll ever need in the other.
Right. Yep.
That's what I'm planning
The-
to do.
Other thing we haven't talked about, I thought about, was some sort of frost protection. So
Yeah,
like,
I thought about that. too.
we can do that different ways. For like carrots or whatever root crops, we can actually cover those up with mulch. I think it was back last Christmas, we dropped down pretty cold,
Mm.
like down in the teens, I think. We can actually cover those plants completely up with that mulch, and it'll help trap that heat in. Thing is, once we start warming up, we got to go back out there and clean it up. Other thing is a row cover, some sort of fabric. So whether it be an old sheet, they actually make row covers that are for that purpose.
Like little tents.
Yep, little
long
tents.
ones.
Yep. So, matter of fact, I'll have one on mine because I'll plant strawberries in October. So my strawberries will be covered this winter, and that row cover stays out there all day, every day. Now, once like I said, once it gets about 50 degrees, I'll probably go pull it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Let some more sunlight, because it's pretty transparent.
If I plant my garlic
Mm-hmm.
and I plant my onions,
Mhm.
just like little sets, and I'm planning on getting that mulch, do I basically just cover them all
Yep.
up?
Yep.
And
Cover it
they'll
up.
come back up?
It'll
through
come through. Yep. Exactly. And that way you're done. You don't have, because it's going to be a pain to go back through there and put mulch around
Yeah.
those heads. So yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
planning on putting the onions about that far apart
Yeah.
where I can hold in between.
Yep.
My uncle used to tell me, pull the dirt away from your onions, pull them
Mhm.
away, because what you want it to do is not have any resistance to
Right.
bud.
You want it
when
to
it's budding.
Move on by itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, don't be mentioning those strawberry, because I think we got a couple of strawberry addicts in here listening. I can tell by the smile on their faces.
Well, look, we got this new disease called NEOP, and it's got more to it than just NEOP, but I can't. Some of us country boys can't say the rest of that P name,
Oh, yeah.
and so we call it NEOP, and it's detrimental.
To
So
strawberries?
it's the strawberries, yep.
Wow.
So it's a disease that came in basically from Canada, and a lot of our strawberry plants are started up in Canada.
Really?
And so when they found it, I mean, it really put a hurting on the strawberry producers this year. Typically, it's about $18,000 to plant 1 acre of strawberries. So
Really?
yes, yeah. So it's a big investment for our strawberry growers. So.
Wow.
Yeah, so don't freak out when you see the price of strawberries go up at the supermarket or at the farm stand. There's a reason for it, but
Yeah.
my strawberries that I grew this year, I ended up pulling every one of them out. They didn't have NEOP, but I struggled a lot with gray mold, and it's tough. It's tough.
Well, I've got a friend, and Keith Bentley. He'll be watching this podcast. He watches every one of them.
Okay.
And he's got a little garden. It's not
Mhm.
very big, about as big as this room.
Yeah.
And it's in an old feedlot.
Okay.
Cow feedlot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you what, he'll plant them tomato plants and they'll get over your head
Uh-huh.
out there.
Yep.
And all his other stuff just does so good. He's just got one of the best places I
Yep.
know of to have a garden.
Yep.
And I'm sure he'll be watching this. And I always, I I'm jealous of him is what it is.
Yeah, he's got a lot of natural fertilizer right
He
there.
does. He does. And after a little while, he could just lime it good
Yeah.
and get even more good out
Yep.
of it.
Yep.
And, but anyway, he's planning on planting a fall garden with me.
Yep.
Well, we're going to get the same
Right.
stuff and plant them. He's not going to plant any garlic, but he's going to plant some onions.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves onions. But good luck.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
Bubba, you get to planting them things. Hey, if you got any questions, just call this
Yeah.
guy. I'll get his number. I got his number for you.
Make sure you give him my work phone, not my personal.
No.
I'll be giving out the personal
Oh.
phone number.
No, I give that to everybody. You know, Kim gave it to me. But anyway, Jacob, you got any more advice, or you got any more things you want to talk about a fall garden and
you know,
forest, maybe fertilizer
Yeah.
or something?
Biggest thing I see a lot of people do is they'll bring in cow manure. So talking about
Yeah.
feedlot. The thing with cow manure, horse manure, any sort of manure like that, if that animal has ate hay that has been sprayed with Grazon Next, which is a herbicide that farmers will use on a hay crop, that Grazon kills tomato plants. I mean,
Really?
it kills them dead. Grazon stays in the manure for up to 7 years. So it's kind of fun because my grandfather and I argue. Well, we don't argue. He does it his way, but he'll bring home manure from the farm, and then his tomatoes die. I'm like, well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is, it might not be the greatest idea to use that free manure. It might be a good idea to go buy some black cow. Sometimes it's nice to use what we got on hand, but we don't always know what's been sprayed.
Greg, I'm calling you your daddy's name. But Jacob, when we would go out west elk hunting, we get out there, we couldn't take any hay with us.
Right.
We had to buy the weed-free certified hay from them because they didn't want to get anything started up in those mountains.
Yeah.
It wasn't cheap.
Right. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We would buy the
Sure.
alfalfa hay.
Yeah.
I don't see how a cow eats alfalfa. It's so stemmy. you
Right.
know.
Right.
But that's what we would buy. And those, I mean, cow, but horses, horses loved it.
Yep.
I guess it did taste good.
Yep.
Well, I guess we about talked about, unless you can think of something else you want
No.
to talk. Do you want to fuss about your daddy any?
No,
complain?
I better not fuss too much about him right now. I better not.
He's a pretty good old guy.
Yeah, we'll let him ride
I
today.
really miss them out at the track. You know, I don't even work with that anymore.
Yep.
I'm doing just radio out there.
Yep.
You know, they said they didn't want those spotters anymore in that. Now they ain't a person in it
Yep.
at all.
I miss doing it too.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice having a weekend back.
Yeah. And we ate pretty good.
We did eat pretty good.
Yeah, your daddy was.
Now we still eating pretty good. I'll say that. There's still a few of us that'll get together. Jim Ward will come up, and he'll come stay.
Y'all go to the track?
No, we don't go to the track. We don't even do anything on race weekend.
Really?
Now every once in a while, the Dew brothers will come up on race weekend, and we might see them and stuff. But for the most part, we all still hang out every once in a while.
Well, does Troy still write his little article for that?
Yeah, he sure does. Yeah.
Well, tell him to come over there where I'm at.
I
I'm at
will.
the media center. Tell him to come over there, or I'll come get him.
Yeah.
And come over there and talk to us on the radio about his work, what he does.
We'll get word to him.
All right.
We'll get word to him.
Like for him to do that.
Yeah.
And I could even do a podcast for
Yeah.
him one day.
Yeah. I don't know. You might not get him to stop talking.
Well,
He might be too animated at times.
I've had to stop him several times before, so I know what you're talking about. Well, thank you a lot, Jacob. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
buddy.
for having me.
To Munford our home and all its glory on display, and to the Cheehaw legends that'll never fade away.